I went on 2 blind dates these past couple of days and met 2 really strange guys. Let me tell you how bizarre they were. The first guy is a music teacher, pretty handsome, tall, from Kaohsiung. He invited me out for dinner yesterday, and we had a decent conversation. But after that, there wasn't much contact, very little chatting on WeChat. Then this morning, he messaged me saying that after staying up all night thinking, he felt we weren't compatible. His reason? He couldn't accept my profession because he thought the industry was too messy. When I saw that, I got really angry. I thought, do you mean that the teaching profession has no messy people? Aren't there plenty of professors accused of misconduct with female students? Why do you stereotype an entire profession like that? And working in aviation isn't stealing. It's an honest job where I earn what I get through my own labor. My job is very legitimate. What's wrong with it? I found it very strange. He explained himself at length, but I didn't want to continue, so I deleted him. We only met once and had one dinner. It's not like I was going to do anything with him. He wasn't even in my consideration, and I wasn't interested. He was overthinking things. Honestly, I felt it was very ignorant. He also told me he doesn't like people from Northeast China, especially Northeastern men. He said they talk nonsense when drunk and that they don't deserve to be his friends. He said Northeastern women are very open and forward, and he joked about them with his buddies in a way you probably understand. He told me about a Northeastern woman who chased him before. She acted like she was above everyone else. He said they became intimate on the 4th day of contact, but then he told her they weren't compatible and cut her off, even blocking her. I was really shocked by this guy and thought his worldview was extremely messed up. The second guy is from Hong Kong. He asked me out yesterday for dinner, and I agreed. He said he would pick me up at my apartment complex. I thought he meant by car, so I got dressed up and wore 7 centimeters high heels. When I met him, he was by the parking lot. I thought he was going to get the car, but instead, he led me past the parking area to a bus stop. I asked if he didn't come by car, and he said no. We were taking the bus to Mongkok. He lives in Tuan Mun, so Mongkok is far. I told him that in heels it would be uncomfortable to take the bus, and that 7-centimeter heels aren't suitable for walking long distances. It would be tiring. I said he should have told me earlier so I could wear flats. At that point, as a gentleman, he should have said, "No problem, I'll call a taxi or book a rideshare." But he didn't. So I said I would go upstairs to change shoes. I walked from the gate to my apartment, then went upstairs to change. At that point, I thought maybe I should just forget it. I told him I wasn't feeling well and ended the date. I sent him home. So here's my advice to my sisters. If you're not yet over 32, you really don't need to go looking for blind dates offline or use matchmakers or dating platforms. You can find reliable people in your work or daily life. If you are over 32, don't be overly anxious, because the blind dating market is full of weird guys, really. And here's my biggest advice. Always keep your dignity. Don't get involved physically with any man too soon, because that will only lower your value and your stance. And many men will look down on you. Girls must respect and love themselves, be strong and independent. That's how you can meet better men. Before we dive into all of this, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers from around the world is a huge source of inspiration for us. During the Lunar New Year, I met a really bizarre guy on a blind date. I was seriously furious with this matchmaking guy. A client told me that he went on a blind date over the holiday, and the man actually demanded that the woman add his name to the mortgage on her house. Here's what happened. After meeting and getting to know each other, the man said he owned a 58 square meter school district apartment in Nanning. Then he asked where my client's house was. She said she had a 4-bedroom apartment over 100 square meters in Yongning District, Nanning. But there was still over $26,000 left on the mortgage, which her parents had helped pay the down payment for a few years ago. Then the man started making arrangements. He said his house had no mortgage, while hers still did, and if they got married, he'd have to help pay off her loan. After marriage, they would live in his smaller southern apartment, and her big house would be for his parents. He also demanded that his name be added to her property title. She angrily asked, "Where would my parents stay when they visit?" He said that could be arranged. Before marriage, his smaller apartment would need a prenuptial agreement because it was bought with his parents' lifelong savings, and it wasn't easy to get ownership rights. After marriage, they would have to take good care of his parents. He said when his parents visited, they would stay in hotels anyway, since it wouldn't be for long. Hearing this, I was both angry and amused. I could hear his scheming from 1,000 miles away. I told my client that you can't just add someone's name to a mortgaged house. If she insisted on staying with him, she might as well just sell the house outright, so he wouldn't have to worry about the loan anymore. I want to advise all girls, don't fall in love blindly. Protect your property and money. If you meet someone like this, stay far away. Right now, I really want to say something. It's not that us women can't get married. It's that many of you men are just not normal. Let me tell you about a blind date case from a while ago. This blind date guy was introduced to me by a close girlfriend, so I trusted him. We added each other on WeChat and chatted pretty well for about a week. Then he asked if I wanted to go out for a meal to get to know each other better. I agreed and said okay. We made plans for that day and decided to eat at a Chinese restaurant in Wanda Plaza. I arrived early, about 20 minutes ahead. I bought 2 coffees and waited for him for around 20 minutes. When he showed up, his first words were, "Why are there so many people? I don't want to wait." I didn't say anything and handed him one of the coffees. He sat down, and within less than a minute, we got a table because I had gotten the ticket beforehand and waited there. Then we started ordering using an iPad. I told him to go ahead and pick what he wanted. He said he hadn't eaten at that restaurant before and asked me to choose what I liked. So I ordered 2 dishes. One was kung pao chicken and another I forgot, something simple. Then he added 3 more dishes. After eating, I said I was full and he should go ahead and eat more. He asked why I ate so little. I told him that's just how much I usually eat and that I was full so he could eat more. He finished all the leftover food. Afterwards, he just kept looking at his phone because the payment code was right on the table beside him. He was staring at his phone. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe playing the game Honor of Kings. It sounded like the game, and I play it too. We had originally planned to go watch a movie after the meal, as we had agreed on WeChat before. After finishing, I said we should go. But then he said, "Why did you eat so little? Eat more. You pay." I was stunned. I wanted to say something, but didn't. I was really speechless. I said, "You asked me out to eat." I didn't say anything else and took his payment code to scan it with my phone. The bill wasn't much, about 160 yuan, about 22 USDs. I rounded down a bit. After that, I didn't feel like going to the movie anymore. I just told him I had something to do and left, saying maybe next time. He was the one who asked me to eat, and I wasn't complaining about paying, but I didn't expect him to say things like, "You eat so little, you pay." The coffee was bought by me. Honestly, there isn't a single normal guy anymore. It's not that we women can't get married. If you're still watching, comment 1 so I know you're still with me. A 37-year-old man went on a blind date with a 33-year-old woman. The woman is a local from Zhongshan, and the man's material conditions are quite good. I originally thought they had a high chance of success. However, when they met, the first thing the man asked was if the woman owned a house. She said no. Then he asked if she owned a car. She said no. He kept asking if she had any savings. She still said no. The man immediately said, "Then maybe we're not a good match." The woman was very upset after hearing this and said, "You're a grown man going on a blind date and asking me if I own a house, a car, or have savings? Do you want to be a live-in son-in-law living off me? Your conditions might be slightly better than mine, but shouldn't I be the one asking you those questions since you're the one marrying?" The man said, "You're already 33, graduated for over 10 years, and every month your salary is all spent. No savings, no plan to buy a house or car. How can you feel secure? What you really want is to marry a husband who buys the car, house, and pays the bride price for you." The woman quickly replied, "I'm a woman. I have to give birth and take care of the family. The man should contribute more financially, shouldn't he? If I had already bought a house and car myself, why would I still marry?" I have been treated like a princess at home for over 20 years. You contribute nothing, so why should I marry into your family and be a housemaid? The man responded, Marriage is not about you marrying into my family to be a housemaid. We are building a new family together. We share the responsibilities. You could be a princess at home because your dad sheltered you and your mom took care of all your needs. But the roles of daughter, wife, and mother are very different. I have to transform from a son to a husband and then to a father. Everyone's enjoyment and contribution must be equal. That is what marriage is. That is the continuation of family. Don't say you are doing it for the sake of giving birth. When the child grows up, will he only care for his father and not his mother? The woman said, I have endured the pain of childbirth. Shouldn't you compensate me for that? The man said, You gave birth to his child, not mine. You should ask him to compensate you. When the child grows up, make sure he takes good care of you. That left the woman speechless. So do you think what the man said makes sense?
可以
Can you be my blind date? If you want to pursue me, you can come to the live stream to support me. Now I have to pursue you, right? Isn't that obvious? Everyone else has to pursue. You don't just come here wanting to get married right away, do you? That's impossible. Let me first see your attitude. Because if I have no money, how can I support you? If you have no money, how can you find a partner? Isn't it supposed to be the man chasing the woman? I don't like you. Why should I chase you if you don't like me? But I see your eyes. They look like you really like me. You're being narcissistic. If you want to pursue me, that's okay. My doors are wide open for you all. Whoever wants to chase, come show up in the live stream. Come and support me. Support me for a while so I can see your attitude. If it's good, then we can meet in real life, maybe even have kids. So what does supporting mean? It doesn't mean you have to spend on gifts. I'm looking at your attitude, like daily companionship, right? I don't lack company. You said no gifts are needed, right? I don't want you to send gifts, but you can't not send them. What I want is an attitude. I only want a woman who treats me well. Why are you so realistic? I'm not being realistic. Then tell me, how do I verify that you like me? You should ask the other person about their situation first, right? You losers. Just knowing me is already giving you enough face. Now you want to talk to me like equals? Then go find someone else. Go find something cheap, right? There are plenty of cheap ones in your live stream. Are you learning from us? What are you doing now? Copying me? Honestly, your live stream is full of simps. Go with those cheap girls then, right? But you don't even like those cheap girls. Then you want to find us quality ones. We have standards. We have conditions. But I don't like materialistic men. You don't like that? You don't like being single? You don't like non-materialistic men either? But I have looks. With this look, can I be single? But you are single now. I call it better to be alone than in bad company. You can choose to be better to be alone. Others are actively single. That's called the single noble. You can choose better to be alone. Why can't I? I can't find anyone good for me now. I'm also better to be alone. I don't know if you like me or not. But you can't just say that to be good to you means spending money on you. I said I don't want your gifts. I don't want you to spend money. I only want attitude. You act like you don't understand. If you have attitude, show it. Where is it? I'm showing it now. Why are you asking so directly? If not now, when? I'll give it when we get married. I accompany you every day. What nice words do you want to hear? Whatever you want, I'll go watch with you. Whatever you want to hear, I'll give you. I'll tell you. I know how to talk big, how to get something for nothing. That's what you people do. What do you mean? Aren't you the same? Look, I never said I won't spend. Look at you stingy girls, you losers. Even if I use cement to block you off, I won't give you cheap favors. Impossible. You won't spend a penny. Just talk big and think you're with me. Impossible. We guys have our dignity. I tell you, no matter how I praise you, how do you show your attitude? When you get married, how much bride price are you willing to pay? You want a bride price? Isn't that obvious? If you can ask me, why can't I ask you? What about the car and house? Isn't it you who should buy them? Why should I buy for you while you chase me? You have nothing at all. So you mean you don't even have a car or house now? I ask you, where will the kids go to school? Where will the kids live? How will the kids be educated? What nonsense is this? You're walking the woman's path, making women have no way out. I'm not following that woman's path. Everyone can at least pay a down payment first.
我现在
I'm feeling really anxious right now. I can't find a partner. I'm getting older and I have to worry about having children. At night, I toss and turn, unable to sleep. During the day, I'm foggy and don't even know what day it is. Now, I'm scared to answer calls from home and afraid when friends mention their husbands and kids. I feel lost and like I can't see my future. Finding a partner is so difficult. Here's the real voice of older single women. I'm 37 years old and still unmarried. Don't keep asking me why I'm not married. Marriage is like wearing shoes. Only your feet know if they're comfortable. If you're comfortable, stay well in that marriage. But please allow those of us who aren't so lucky, older single women, to search carefully for the shoes we want to wear. Have confidence. You are the best. You know that, right? I've even made the trending searches. Now, everyone in the country knows I'm a 38-year-old older leftover woman who still can't get married. My biggest worry is that when I was younger, I had many suitors. And back then, my refusals were rock solid, firm as steel. Imagine how happy those men who I rejected must feel when they see me now, holding their wives and kids. They must be so pleased they buy their wives a couple of bags. Yes, absolutely. Hey, born in 90 and 34 years old, I really want to get married now. Yesterday, I saw a netizen say, "Isn't a high-quality single life great? Why can't you just understand that you don't have to get married?" Indeed, a high-quality single life is great. I don't like working, so I quit my job. I want to travel, and I can leave at any time. I have plenty of time to cultivate my hobbies and interests, a life many married friends envy. But now I'm already 34, and friends my age have kids in their teens. I feel like the life I have now, they can have any time. But if I don't seize what I want now, I might really miss out. No way. Absolutely no way.
不瞒你们说呀，
To be honest, when I was in my 20s, my standards were outrageously high. I had just one rule that nearly 95% of guys couldn't meet. My boyfriend had to be at least 183 centimeters tall. Even a little shorter was a no-go. I was obsessed with that height, you know? Now, thinking back, it sounds so ridiculous. But these days, I don't care about height anymore. I feel smart guys are often not that tall. Now, as long as a guy is just a bit taller than me, that's enough. I'm 164 centimeters tall, so that's not a high standard, right? Honestly, I feel a little sad. Suddenly, I realize for older women who have cars and houses, finding love is really hard. Although I don't want to accept it, I feel powerless against it. No matter how great your figure is, how beautiful you are, how high your education, or how good your personality, once you enter the marriage market, your age becomes a barrier. I think about how hard I've worked, how tirelessly I've earned money, thinking I could be with someone I liked. But I never expected that one day, when I had a car and a house, as an older woman trying to marry and have kids, I'd just be someone others pick apart, weighing pros and cons. Suddenly, I feel like all my efforts in youth would have been better spent pursuing relationships. I'm 38 years old now, a high-quality, older leftover woman. I graduated about 4 or 5 years ago, and now I'm still alone. I really feel finding a partner is quite difficult. Honestly, my requirements aren't even that high, so why can't I find anyone? I'm 168 centimeters tall. Looking for someone 175 centimeters isn't unreasonable, right? I have a master's degree, so wanting someone with a bachelor's or higher isn't too much, right? I have a car and a house, so expecting someone else with a car and house isn't unfair. I earn over 10 million VNDs per month, about 430 US, so looking for someone who earns more than that isn't too much. But I've found such men are really too few. They barely exist in real life. As I get older, I become more anxious. Honestly, if I can't find someone, what should I do? Now I have to rely on the internet, right? I refuse to believe that among so many people in China, not a single one likes me. How could that be? I'm so excellent, right? So why am I not liked, and why won't anyone introduce me to someone? First, it's because I'm older. Second, it's not that no one's ever introduced anyone to me. It's that I'm past that age. When you were in your 20s, no one cared about your flaws. They'd bring guys for you to meet every day. But now, people think, what are you introducing me to? A woman in her 30s who's still unmarried. So even if you think you're excellent, The so-called criteria you have, annual income, height, the people who match you have already married. And those left behind either are much younger or if around your age, are already married. I'm this older leftover woman. I look glamorous on the surface, but honestly, my life is worse than a pig or a dog. The pressure on me is huge every day. Honestly, my mom and brother have blocked me. They had high hopes for me as the only daughter in the family. But now, with no career success and no marriage, they're disappointed. I've already decided to give up. So this year, I'll probably spend the new year alone. And about my house, I still owe over 2 billion VND, about $86,000 in mortgage. If I don't sell it, repaying the loan is still a big pressure on me. And then there's marriage. My standards keep falling, but those I like don't like me back, and those who like me, I don't like. Year after year, it's the same, and I've really tried my best. I don't know why, but it feels like I've worked hard my whole life, struggling so much, yet in the end, my life is just falling apart. I'm a 34-year-old leftover woman born in 1991. Usually I'm quite picky and critical, but with high standards. I guess I'm destined to be alone for life. You know, when people introduce me to those poor, nothing to their name older leftover men or divorced men with kids, most of the time I bluntly reject them. But when I'm alone, I really feel pain, sadness, and cry because I can't understand how proud me ended up like this. In elementary school, I was class monitor. In middle and high school, I was class representative or class officer. In university, I excelled and got to study as an exchange student in South Korea. Then I self-funded my master's degree. After graduating, I was manager for 3 years, director for 4 years, vice president for 5 years, then started my own business. I bought a house and a car. I thought I deserved love and someone better. But unexpectedly, I became an older leftover woman. Now, the men introduced to me are people I would have never considered before. I really don't know what I did wrong or how I ended up like this. I'm 38 now, a high-quality, older leftover woman with a master's degree. I think older leftover men are more anxious to marry than us older women, because no matter the woman's age, there's always someone wanting her. Even at 70, women can still be matched for marriage. So you know what I mean? No matter how ugly a woman is, someone wants her, so there's no worry about getting married. With some makeup, most women look quite pretty. You can't even tell their age. Honestly, I don't have many requirements for a partner. I just want him to be able to buy my brother a house. My family's conditions are average, and I want him to marry a good wife. People say marrying a good wife can bring fortune for 3 generations. I hope my brother marries a good wife and that we can all prosper 4 generations. But as soon as the other side hears this condition, they immediately run away. It's really frustrating. As I get older, I find the quality of blind dates keeps declining, but my standards remain the same. I believe, and I always will, that if I persist, I will meet the right person. Never give up or abandon hope. Persevere till the end. You keep pretending, I'll fight to the death. It's so hard, really so hard. I'm 38, a high-quality, older leftover woman with a master's degree. This month, my period still hasn't come. I went to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor said my results were not good. Basically, my reproductive system is shutting down and I might not be able to have children. I think this doctor must be incompetent, probably from a shady clinic. So I decided to go to a reputable, grade A hospital to get checked again. Medical technology is so advanced now, and I'm only 38, still young. I truly don't believe I can't have children. It must be the doctor's fault. I'm determined to get a second opinion. It's so hard, really so hard. I'm 38, master's graduate, high-quality leftover woman. Now my reproductive system is shutting down, so I want to quickly find some keyboard warriors to help me pay the bills. But I find these keyboard warriors are getting smarter, especially single men from rural areas. They've become simps who chase after young, pretty girls. Only now do I realize how hard it is. The men who will take over a relationship all have conditions. They want reproductive value, emotional value, and life value. So a high-quality, older leftover woman like me is a pity. Why is there no pig to root for this good cabbage? Ha ha ha. Now there's not even anyone willing to take me. Oh, I'm really drunk on this life. It's so hard, really, really hard. In this ever-changing modern world, China Social Trends wants to send a message to all modern women. Traditional values such as sincerity, patience, and respect remain the strongest foundation for lasting happiness. Don't let fleeting trends or extravagant standards blur the true essence of love and marriage. Remember, maturity and sacrifice are not outdated. They are the strength needed to build a stable future. What do you think about holding on to traditional values in today's modern life? Can we be both strong and independent while cherishing the old virtues? Please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting upcoming videos about China social trends. Thank you for watching. Warm regards, and see you in the next videos.